Hey guys, here's what we're going to be making today. It is this really cute cheeseburger plush, and I am going to keep this intro quite quick because I know the video is really long, but I did want to say that this plush was requested by Patty Navarro on YouTube, so thank you so much for requesting this. I think he turned out really cute. I actually made two of these little guys, and as you can see this one has lettuce in and this one doesn't, but I am going to include the template for the lettuce piece in the template, so you guys can add that if you like. It's exactly the same as making the cheese. So yes, I'm just going to get started by listing the materials that you'll need. To make this plush, you'll need felt in the colours tan, brown and yellow. The same colours in the thread plus black if you want to give him a face. The template, which you can download from the video description. Fabric scissors, a sewing needle and some stuffing. First we're going to cut out the pieces. From yellow felt you'll need 2 square pieces. From brown felt you'll need 2 circle pieces and also this long thin strip. And from your cream coloured felt you'll need 4 of these triangular pieces, 2 circular pieces and another long thin strip. As you can see on my triangular template, I've made a small mark at the top, and I would recommend when you're drawing around this template onto the felt that you copy all of these marks, and that is because these marks are going to show you which way up to position these pieces. Okay, so first we're going to make the cheese. So taking your 2 yellow square pieces and using yellow thread, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the blanket stitch to sew all the way around these 4 edges.
My mind is turning back.
Here is what that looks like. If you want, you can add some stuffing to this piece, but I just chose to leave mine flat. Now we're going to make the actual burger piece. Thread your needle with brown thread, and now taking one of your circle pieces and this long thin piece, what I'm going to do is I'm going to line up the edge like this, and then using a blanket stitch I'm going to attach this long thin strip all the way around the circumference of the circle. Once you've done that, you can cut off the edge and then use a fell stitch to close up this gap. Just like that. Now taking your other circle piece, we're going to place this on top and do the exact same thing, but this time we need to leave a small gap so that we can add some stuffing. Here is what that should look like after you have stuffed it and then sewn up the gap. And now we're going to move on to making the actual burger bun. Taking 2 of your triangular pieces, I'm going to place these back to back, right sides out. And that is because we're going to be flipping these pieces inside out. And you need to make sure that these 2 marks that we made earlier line up like that. And now what I'm going to do is, using my cream coloured thread and a blanket stitch, is I'm just going to sew along this edge to attach those 2 pieces together. Once you've done that, it should look like this. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this piece up and take another one of my triangular pieces, again making sure this mark goes at the top. And then I'm just going to place this back to back with one of my other pieces, and again using the blanket stitch I'm going to sew down this edge. Here is what that looks like, and now taking my final triangular piece I'm just going to insert that in place, and then again using a blanket stitch I'm going to sew up the 2 remaining edges. And once you've done that, then the top part is finished, so I'm just going to flip it inside out. And now at this point, if you want to add a face onto your plush, you can do that. Just put it on one of these little triangular pieces. I do have a video which is all about sewing faces, and the link to that video is in the description. Now once you've done that, I'm going to put this piece to one side and we're going to work on making the bottom piece. Now this is exactly the same as what we did when we made the burger. I'm going to take my circular piece and this long thin strip, and then lining this up with the bottom, I'm going to use the blanket stitch to sew the strip all the way around the circle. Here is what that looks like, and then once again you just need to sew down this edge. Okay, so what we have now is half of the top piece and half of the bottom piece. Now if you want all of your components to be separate so that you can take the whole burger apart, then what you're going to do is just sew one circle onto this piece and the other circle onto this piece, and then you're done. But I'm going to do mine slightly differently because I want the whole burger to stay together like this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my burger and my cheese and then this piece and one of the circle pieces, and I'm going to stack them exactly how I want them to be, just like that. And now, using any coloured thread that you like, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sew up and down and up and down, and just sew all the way through the middle of the burger enough times so that it is really, really secure. So here is what that looks like. This piece is completely joined together, and as you can see, I've got lots and lots of ugly black stitches all the way on the top and bottom. So now what we're going to do is cover up all of those stitches. So take your top piece and place it on the top, and then using cream coloured thread and a blanket stitch, I'm just going to sew all the way around this edge to secure that in place. Before you sew all the way around, don't forget to add some stuffing and sew up the gap. And then once you've done that, use the blanket stitch again to sew on the bottom piece. Add some stuffing to the bottom section, and then you are finished. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I think it turned out super duper cute. If you do make one of these, then I would love to see a video response, and thank you so much for watching. Bye guys.